Hey everyone, Kaitlin here. Thanks for watching another episode of Baldwin Breakdowns where we're looking at big concepts, big ideas, and lots of big feelings. And this week the topic is self-soothing, which is a type of coping skill that can help us tolerate really difficult emotions. So as we go through, I'm going to kind of map out what this looks like and how it involves each of our five senses. And as we go through, I'm also going to talk about my personal examples of what self-soothing looks like for me, just to kind of really solidify what this might look like in your life or in my life, I guess. Um, just kind of put a definition to it. Self-soothing is it's a category of skills within DBT or dialectical behavioral therapy, and so it's really focused on not diminishing or getting rid of whatever distressing experience we currently have. So we're not getting rid of our feelings, we're not getting rid of our thoughts or the environment that we're in, but we are soothing ourselves in order to tolerate them. And so this is something that we intrinsically do as children. So you'll see kids, sucking their thumb or grabbing their blanket. They automatically gravitate towards sensory things that are calming and soothing whenever they're crying or upset. And we do this as well as adults, though I think a lot less. Typically, we'll kind of resort to like distracting ourselves or trying to push those feelings away. But there's a lot of power in bringing intention to these kind of sensory elements that can bring us a lot of comfort and soothing when we're going through something really difficult. Whether that's just, we're feeling really high anxiety, or maybe we're going through a difficult situation. Or even it's just, we're experiencing some like physical sensation that is really awful, like we're sick and we have a cold, we automatically, and with this, we can intentionally choose to soothe ourselves through that. So, self-soothing, it uses all five senses, like I said before. So just to give some examples, for hearing, things that might be soothing or comforting would be like the voice of a person that you find very comforting. So you might call, a friend or a family member or someone who you just kind of genuinely enjoy the sound of their voice, and they bring that sense of comfort. It might also be music that you find very calming or comforting. Nature sounds, having a TV show on in the background. So for me, I personally love the sound of rain and thunderstorms. So I use the Calm app religiously, literally every single day. I mostly use it when I go to sleep, but I also have all of these scenes with rain and thunderstorms that I can kind of play on in the background I'm if I'm feeling something really difficult. Again, whether that's a difficult emotion or maybe I'm getting kind of trapped in like anxious thoughts, or maybe I even just feel sick and I have a cold. Any of those moments where I'm in distress, I can use this calming sensation to kind of almost like cushion and create that sense of comfort in what I'm experiencing. For smells, some examples might be putting on a certain perfume or cologne that you enjoy, lighting a scented candle, or brewing some like tea that's very aromatic. And I also included nostalgic scents because nostalgia can be extremely powerful, and it's not necessarily going to transport us back into, happy, good memories, but it can have that power over our mood and over the intensity of our mood. So I'm a really big fan of Christmas. So anything with like nutmeg and cinnamon and hot chocolate and candy canes, it's like peppermint, all of those smells bring this, kind of different mood along with it. And so they can kind of help carry me through a distressing situation. Sight, this might be pictures that you have of like happy memories, or maybe of people that you love and care about. This might be art or graphics, or um, yeah, things of that nature. It might be a movie or a TV show that you find very like visually appealing, but also just comforting to watch. Um, or it might be kind of nature again. Nature is one that comes up often, but nature kind of has this naturally calming. I'm thinking of like a shark, you know, eating something in the ocean, and that's not necessarily calming, but most nature scenes in general have a calming, soothing sense. Um, so for me, I have different categories and albums in my photo album on my phone, of like happy memories, of pictures of my dog, of like screenshots of texts and messages from people that were really comforting. So sometimes if I'm feeling really distressed, I'll go back to those and read through or look at those images. Taste, this might be things like cooking your favorite meal or getting your favorite snack or favorite food, any type of comforting food or sweets. Um, can also extend to like beverages or um, any any type of food again that kind of creates that comfort. I don't know. There isn't a ton to say about this, but those are some examples. For me, I'm a big chocolate person, so chocolate is very comforting. I do have to be cautious about not overdoing it, but having like Lindt chocolate is extremely calming for me and probably carried me through a lot of the times when I was doing exams in school. Um, and then finally, touch. Some examples of this might be like a fuzzy or a soft blanket. It could be sensory things like with heat, so taking a hot shower or a bath. I personally really like the cold, so I'll like run cold water over my hands. Um, this might also be like comfy and soft clothing or cuddling your pet or even a loved one. So for me, if I'm upset, if I'm going through something difficult, I'm immediately into my comfiest clothes. I have these very big, huge, fuzzy sweaters, and I'll usually be wrapped in several blankets. And even if I'm like in my office or anywhere else, having those touch elements can be extremely comforting. And again, the whole purpose of using any of these senses is not to get rid of or fix or solve whatever it is that you're currently facing, but it's to cushion and create the sense of comfort and soothing that allows you to manage and tolerate whatever it is. So that's self soothing, and I'll catch you guys on another episode of Baldwin Breakdowns. Bye.